Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. Today's video is going to be a full face makeup look using nothing but K-beauty products. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today we're going to be doing a full face makeup look using nothing but K-beauty makeup products because today is the starting off point for my K-beauty themed week here on the channel. So every video that goes live on the channel this week is going to be K-beauty related. And I thought I could do a full face makeup look because I've tried some new bits that I would like to show you on camera, how they go on. And there's also just some old favorites that I want to mention and rave about yet again. So that's what I have in store for you here. In case you're unfamiliar with the channel, I would like to point out that I have certain preferences when it comes to my makeup looks, and that has to do with the fact that I have fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone. I've been reviewing makeup for more than a decade. I love eyeshadow palettes, Essence and Catrice, and getting the use out of my makeup. And K-beauty is one of the things that I discovered in recent years, and I want people to rave just a lot more about what the K-beauty realm has to offer. So let's get kicking. So we'll be doing a full video on Friday where I tell you a little bit more about where my love for all things K-beauty comes from. But I think as I'm discussing the products today, that I'm going to be able to give you a little bit of a bit of a spoiler for the video that's going to go live on Friday for sure. All the products I have here, I purchased myself through YESSTYLE. I do have an affiliate code with YESSTYLE. That's not because I'm affiliated with them, but because I've shopped with them so often that I now have an affiliate code with them. I don't know how that exactly works, but it's a perk that they offer for frequent shoppers on the website. So you can use the code that I'm popping up on the screen right now, and I'll also put the link in the description box so you can get 5% off. But yeah, all of these products that I'm showing you today, I did pay for with my own money. Okay, so I got my hair out of the way so we can do a makeup look. And the first product I have to show you is this. This is a cult K-beauty favorite. It's the Heimish Artless Glow Base, and this is one of those, is it makeup, is it skincare kind of products that the K-beauty realm just does a lot. I've used it a couple of times, and I think for my makeup preferences, this is more of a primer for me. It has an SPF of 50, but it also has a very glowy finish. So I don't think you can apply enough of this to truly get the factor, like the SPF effect that this is supposed to have. Because it's supposed to have SPF 50, and you need to apply a lot of sunscreen to, you know, get the actual protection. So for me, when it comes to primer, I tend to use about this much. And sometimes because this is a bit more glowy, I'll show it to you like this so you can see the effect it has on your skin. This is very hydrating though. I can definitely see why it's sort of that like skincare hybrid. You can just see how it adds glow. My skin looks a bit more even. The minute I touch my face, it goes red. That's not the product. That's just the way my skin reacts. It also does it when I apply sunscreen, for instance. So yeah, this is a very lightweight base, and I feel it works really well under makeup, which is why I like this as a primer, but you could use it as part of your skincare routine as well. It does have a pretty strong fragrance, so if that's not something you like, then this may not be something you want to use. It smells like a very soft floral. It does disappear very quickly, but I think this makes my skin look super pretty, and I really enjoy this product. I have yet to review it, but that review is coming later this month because I'm due a new primer very, very soon, and I'm going to be using up another one before this one, but then I think I want to start using this one as part of my Shop My Stash. I don't have a K-beauty eyeshadow base. I'm not sure if that's a thing that they do regularly. There are certain products that within K-beauty are a little bit more difficult to find, but I'm using the one by Kiko. This is their neutral eye base. And I actually put this in my Shop My Stash because I was using the Kaleidos one after using up the Milani. And after a few days of using it, I had such a bad, what I thought was like an allergic reaction. I thought it was pollen. I thought it was hay fever. And then later on I was like, oh, but wait, I think it may actually have been the eyeshadow primer, which is why I'm trying this one now to see if I still have such a bad reaction to anything, just to see. And with this one, I haven't had that problem yet, but it wasn't with the Kaleidos. It wasn't until I had used it a couple of days in a row that it really started to make my eyes super teary, and I couldn't use it. Like, I could barely see when I was at work when I wore that. So I'm not sure whether it's the primer or whether it was just my allergies, but for now, just to be on the safe side, I've switched to this. And then this product is going to be mentioned in an upcoming video for sure, because I have spent the past couple of months trying out a lot of different BB creams and foundations by K-beauty brands. Some of them are like cult favorites that I've heard so many things about. And one of my all-time favorite base products is by Missha, which is a K-beauty brand. Their Perfect Cover BB cream was the first ever foundation-like product that I put on my face and that I thought was pretty, that didn't break me out, that didn't cause me to have a rash or make me feel itchy. Everything else I had used up until that point, it didn't work for me. So foundation for me really has its roots in K-beauty product, and I hadn't tried anything that was super updated. So I wanted to do that review, and that video is going to be coming later this week. But I can already tell you, the favorite that I've tried out of like the 10 or 11 different BB creams and foundations that I've tried is this. This is also by Missha. I think there's just something about that brand, and this is their Choboyang BB cream. I have this in shade 17, because when I purchased these last year, all the other shades were out of stock, and I was like, oh, I'll give shade 17 a whirl. Very often in K-beauty products, I'm shade 21, and that's a pretty good match for me. But I have found that this actually has a bit more of a pinky undertone, whereas with a lot of K-beauty products, I always feel it's a bit too yellow toned. But this does have a really stunning, more neutrally pinky base. Just look at that. It's very rich and creamy, and as you'll see, that one pump is all I need to cover my entire face. This has really, really good coverage. Like, you can just see as I spread it out how much coverage this actually has, because she's got coverage, but it still looks very natural on, and it lasts really well throughout the day, and it feels stunning. Like, there's no weird scent with this. Some products that I tried for that video smelled like alcohol a lot. I have some melasma going on here. I have really thin baby-like hair up here. My hairline is like, this is where my hair actually starts, but there's already hair here. So I can't really put sunscreen in my hairline. So unless I wear a hat, I tend to get a little bit of sun damage there, which I just have to be a little bit more careful with in the future. But for some reason, it wasn't that bad over the winter time, and now it's starting to show up again, even though I have been more careful this year. Oh well. I actually bought a visor that covers this part of my head to be able to manage with that. But yeah, this actually makes light work of covering it all up. So I just applied it using the BK Beauty 109 brush. That's been my favorite brush for applying foundation and concealer in recent years. And you can just see that it really nicely matches my skin tone. Like, it's not too yellow for me at all. It blends into my skin beautifully, also down my neck. My neck is paler than my face. So if I look a little pale and like gaunt at the moment, we'll fix it when we get to the rest of the makeup. But first we need to go into concealer. I have the SAEM Cover Perfection Tip Concealer in shade 0.5. I had this at first. I really liked the formula, but the shade wasn't right for me. And then people were saying, oh, but there are lighter shades, which at the time I hadn't been able to find on the website. So that's why I did repurchase it in a shade that I felt was a bit better for me, and 0.5 is a great match for me. And this is very good coverage, great wear time. I feel this is on par with some of my other favorite concealers, and it's tiny, but it's also very affordable. I think this retails for under €5. And that is the concealer applied. Again, blended it out with my BK Beauty 109 brush. And as you can see, it's pretty full coverage. You only need a little bit. You don't need to double dip with this. Really, all you need is just whatever's on the doe foot, and you can cover your entire face with it, and it's more than enough. We're moving into powder, and this is the Etude House Beam Light Powder. What's this called again? Secret Beam Powder Packed in Light Pearl Beige. And this is a great alternative to something like the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder or something like my Kiko Milano Radiant Fusion that I love. This is a similar type of product where it's more of a finishing powder, more so than a true setting powder, which within the K-beauty realm can be difficult to find. Because I have dry skin, I don't like setting powders all that much because they make my makeup look very dry and cakey. This is very powdery though. It's got a lot of kick up. So you really only need to like do this, and then you can just dab it on. This has a little bit of a, I'm not sure if you can see, but it's got a little bit of a seemingly a shimmer, but I feel it very much disappears once you apply it on the face. Like it's not gonna make you look like a disco ball. I don't know what it will look like under flash photography. I personally don't do that, but then you may want to use a different powder just to be safe. For brows, I have one K-beauty product and one that isn't a K-beauty product. I tend to like quite a lot of K-beauty products for my brows actually. I do find though that I get sick of them before I run out of it, which is what I haven't experienced with some of my drugstore alternatives that I also love. But this is by The Face Shop. And this is the Designing Eyebrow Pencil. And I think this is in shade Ash Brown. It's in shade 2. It doesn't say the name in English. But gray brown or ash brown, something like that I usually get. And this is one of those triangular shaped brow pencils. And I like this a lot. But I've been using this for, I think, 7 or 8 months. And this is how much product I still have left. This is why I get sick of my K-beauty brow products before they run out. Because by now I feel that the product is drying out a little bit and I'm not getting the payoff that I'm used to. It's also losing some of its precision because of it. So I feel that even with everyday use, because I use this every single day, like this, I haven't used a single different brow pencil in months. And this is still going strong. I'm not sure whether I should soldier on with this or try something else, but yeah, with brow products, they can do a really good thing if you want. If you're not someone who wants to repurchase brow pencils a lot, look into K-beauty, and they do a ton of shades as well, and they are far more cool toned than most Western makeup brands. I've tried things from other like drugstore based European brands or American brands, and they have some lovely really do have lovely brow products usually, but very often there's this reddish tone to it, and within K-beauty that's just not a thing. Everything is very gray leaning, charcoalish, and they do some really good lighter tones as well. So if you're looking for that defined brow and you want something that's cool toned, try K-beauty. And then the NYX Thick-It Stick-It Brow Gel, because I ran out of my Essence one, and this is one I still had to try a bit more. So that's the brows done, which leaves us with bronzer, blush, and highlight. Yes, bronzer. Bronzer is not a thing within the K-beauty realm. You have to understand that. If you love a super glowy bronzed look, K-beauty is not going to be your vibe. They have, however, in recent years come out with some like bronzer-like products depending on your undertone. A lot of it is much more cool tone though. They seem to prefer more so the contouring side of like the bronzing and the contouring than really adding warmth to the complexion. But since I have a cool undertone, I can struggle with the way we do makeup in Europe and in the US with that very bronze look, because it doesn't really suit my complexion. I don't mind adding a bit of warmth and color back into my face and making it look a little bit more, like giving it a bit more shape again after applying a base product. That's sort of what I'm looking for, but a lot of it looks quite orange and muddy on me, and I've struggled for years finding good bronzers because of my skin tone. So within the K-beauty realm, I have found this, the Peripera V Shading, Ink V Shading Photo Ready in Almond Brown, and this is... It's really, really stunning. It's got a bit of warmth, but not too much. It's a very good neutral tone on my complexion, I find. So if you're very cool tone, then definitely check out some K-Beauty stuff, because they do have some really good contour things that then could work for you as a bronzer. Because if it looks too yellow and it looks muddy, nobody likes that. So yeah, I do really enjoy this. This is very light though, so you do need quite a bit, especially this time around. Like this time of year, I tend to use a little bit more. This is more of a winter shade for me, but it's the only one I have. So, and it's still, you see, it just adds a little bit of warmth to my complexion for sure. So I really, really do like it. And it's not too powdery, doesn't have a ton of kick up, and it looks stunning. For my highlighter, I'm going in with this. This is by the SAEM, and this is the, ooh, I'm not sure what this highlighter is called. It's all in Korean. I believe it's in, the shade is called Berry Baby Beam or something like that. And it's this pink tone with a gold flip. It's really stunning. I don't think it really goes with the blush I've selected, but it's the only highlighter I still have from a K-Beauty brand. I've tried some other ones. They do some really good things, but a lot of the things I had were too similar to formulas by other brands that I liked just a little bit better when I decluttered. This one was the one that was truly unique, so that's the one I hung on to. So this may look like it's not going to work because it seems such a strong Barbie pink in the packaging, but it's got a really nice golden toned flash. But because of that cooler toned pink undertone that it has, I feel it blends really well into a lot of different blushes. So this actually works. Plus, because of that pink with gold, you can actually pair it with something as warm toned as this blush. And this is a blush formula that is currently in my Shop My Stash. I have to rave about it yet again. This is the Juicy Pang blusher from Apieu. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. This is in the shade Cherry. I have 4 of these, and I've kept these over a lot of the M Cosmetics ones that I had. The M Cosmetics Serum Blush, that very liquidy thing, is a similar type of product to this. This I feel needs a bit more building up. You need more product every time you use it, but this is a fraction of the price. YESSTYLE does a lot of sales, and I think the last time I checked this out, it was on the website for like $6.85, like under a tenner for sure. So this is quite affordable. You do get plenty of product, and I just like to go in with 2 light layers. I just take whatever is on the brush, pop it a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I just pick it up with my finger, transfer it to the other finger. This helps to warm up the product and to blend it out, and then smile, and then put it at the tops of my cheeks so that when my cheek drops down, I still get a decent amount of product on the apples of my cheeks. And then just adding a little bit more where I haven't applied enough. And then you just get this really nice, very glowy look. You can still see that highlighter coming through. It goes well with the bronzer-like product as well. I really enjoy this. And then if you think you've gone a little bit overboard, I think I've brought this in a little bit further than this. Or if it's gone too far down, you can just take your foundation brush and blend it in that way. I've quickly double primed my lids, and now we're moving on to eyeshadow. And for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Romand, this is the Peony Nude Garden palette, with some shimmers that I bought from another brand. These are by Clavu. I'm not sure how to say this, but these look really pretty and sparkly. I have the shade Glam Brown, which I want to use all over the lid. And then I want to use Silver Lilac in the inner corner. I think it will go perfectly. I'm just going to be doing a very basic eye look with some of these neutrals down the bottom, and then use those 2 shades to complement the look and finish it off. Romand, when I tried one of their eyeshadow palettes last month, it was my favorite one that I tried that month. So I have very high hopes for this one as well. I haven't used this yet, but because I am familiar with the Romand formula, I think this is going to be one that I love. So that's why I wanted to put it in this video. I'm currently still testing out some more K-Beauty eyeshadow palettes, so that review is coming later this month. That's not gonna go into the K-Beauty week that I have planned out for you this week. So yeah, that review is still coming for sure. I did already review some K-Beauty eyeshadow palettes last month, so I'll make sure to link that in the description box down below. Any other videos that I've done with K-Beauty in the past will all be in the description box down below if you want to see more. The eye look is done, but before I get to that, I did use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray to try and set my makeup. This has a very soft mister, so it's very easy to apply a lot, which is why I still look super glowy, but that's gonna disappear once it dries down. I've only used this a handful of times. I already can tell you this with this, I don't like the scent at all, so not sure that's going to, like, I'm just going to use it up and I don't think I'll repurchase it. For mascara, I've just been using my Essence and Catrice that I love and I've raved about a lot. I know that a lot of K-Beauty brands are really good at doing good mascara. It's just that I just don't really buy. I'm very loyal when it comes to my mascara brand, so I don't really tend to try out that much because I like to know what I'm getting, so I'm not someone who tests out a ton of mascara. So if you have any good K-Beauty mascara recommendations, maybe that's a video I can do in the future, like try out 10 K-Beauty mascaras. Would that be a thing? Is that something we're interested in? Let me know in a comment down below. I'm just thinking of this video idea as I'm sitting here filming this, so there's no rhyme or reason to that. But yeah, the eye look at this, you guys. I love this. I really, really like the look of this. That Roman palette indeed has the same lovely blendability that I knew the first one to have, which was the, what was it called? I don't remember what the other one was called. I'm terribly sorry, but yeah, these mattes are stunning for setting up a very basic look. I ended up using this one in the crease, this one on the lower lash line, this one as liner, and this one as a blend shade. Works fine. These shadows blend themselves. I can do the classic windshield wiper motion with this, and it doesn't get a ton of fallout, it doesn't go everywhere, and still there is definition in that crease, and it looks beautiful. So if you want something that's very quick and easy, especially if you're someone who likes to wear more neutral makeup, who doesn't like to spend a lot of time on their makeup in the morning, get yourself one of those and I think you're going to be happy. But the stars of the show today, and I had sort of predicted this as I was planning this video out, are these two singles that I bought from this brand Clavu. This Glam Brown shade is what's all over my lid, and look at how wet that looks. Like, that's not the setting spray. That's the actual sparkle in this eyeshadow. Ooh. And because of the setting spray, my mascara is smudging into my brows, which is just lovely. So yeah, that shine, that's not the setting spray. That's all down to this eyeshadow. And I applied it dry with a dry brush. I just went in with a little bit of a finger action just to intensify it just a touch, but it looks incredibly pretty. And then I just popped this in the inner corner, which I think I like as well, but I'm gonna have to see this a bit more full on when I wear it all over the lid. But yeah, I was hoping that this Glam Brown shade would be this, and it's like, that's the thing with K-Beauty, like they don't put a lot of shimmers in their palettes, but then you only need this one thing and you can amp up this entire palette. You know what I mean? So you buy those two products and I think it can look really pretty. This is a stunning, cool tone, brownish, taupey number. It's got a lot of sparkling, like silver sparkles running through it, but without it being glittery. Like when you stick your finger in this, there is no texture there. So it looks really sparkly and wet, but you don't feel actual glimmer particles. Formulas like this, I've only been able to find in K-Beauty. Like in the palettes, they're usually chunky and glittery and you can feel the flakes, but in their single shadows and also in their liquid shadows, and like they do some like glitter sticks as well as like eyeshadow sticks. I need to try some of those as well in the future. But something like this, like it looks so unassuming in the pan, and then you put it on the eyes. I feel amazing wearing something like this, and I can't rave about it enough. Finally, lips. And if you're gonna see a video with me wearing the same shirt and the rest of this makeup look in an upcoming video this week, you may be right, because we are doing part 2 of trying out K-Beauty lip stains on the channel. I did another one of those last month, and today I'm gonna be filming part 2 of that video. But something I hadn't tried yet, but that I wanna put in this video, because it's also easiest to take off when I have to film the other video, is this Peripera Fallen Acorn Mood Lipstick. It's one of the best nudes I have found in forever. It's a cool tone mauve brown. It's amazing. Let me show you. Now, is this my lips but better, or is this my lips but better? It looks a lot more warm tone in the viewfinder than it does in real life on camera. In the mirror, it picks up a lot more of the purple that I have naturally going on in my lips. And in the viewfinder, it's a bit more peachy, warm tone brown. But yeah, I love this thing. It's such a stunning formula, very rich and creamy, even though it is a matte formula. This feels texture-wise like the Lisa Eldridge Luxuriously Lucents, but it wears like a true velvet. It's like a match made in heaven. The marriage of two best things ever, and I just really like this. I just really like the look of this. It's a very neutral look, I know, but that's what you're gonna find with K-Beauty. Nothing is going to be overly glam, nothing is going to be super smoky. What they call a smoky eye is definitely not our smoky eye, for sure. But I have just loved K-Beauty and everything I've tried in the past couple of years since I really started to dip my toes into trying K-Beauty products. I just really enjoy these brands and exploring this new realm of makeup, at least new to me. It's probably not new to everyone, but it's just where I find a lot of joy, and it really reminds me of why I love makeup so much. So that's the final look. Stay tuned for that video with all of the lip stains. That will be up in a few days. Like I mentioned, Tea Time Chat on Friday is going to be about why I love K-Beauty so much, but I think I've already given you a bit of an idea of why that might be, and we're going to be ranking those foundations and BB creams. So hope you like to stay tuned for that, and yeah, that this gave you a good idea of what K-Beauty has to offer as well. Thumbs up this video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more by me. I make several videos every single week, so if you'd like to stay tuned. Bye-bye!